Yeah, man, we got to bring those way in. Okay, yeah, looks like we can probably go down one more before we start dragging into those RCS ports. All right, I'll take it. Good enough for me, man. So, all right, let's make sure our staging is still okay. I didn't screw anything up. Boom, boom, boom. Main engines, clamps. Yeah, fairings. No, 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 no. All right, booster sep, and then fairings will probably come off next. Ullage, ring, set motor, twin 105 ignition, external tank jettison. Okay, we got a decoupler here that I'm not sure is actually doing any work. Okay. Oh, all right. So that should be. I'm very confused. That's the external tank. That's payload deploy. So I don't think this actually needs to have a decoupler on it. I guess we're gonna have to simulate for this now because otherwise I've just screwed everything up. Yeah, that's beauty ring, staging, XLR11 ignition, RCS, external tank deploy, payload deploy. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, yeah, that should get us to orbit with a lot of extra juice, hopefully. Let's hit save on this. Yeah, we're gonna have to run a sim just to make sure and to see the things check off on the the contract box. Make sure we're approaching this particular problem correctly. Oh, real quick, I want to check our tooling. Fairing, and a stack of stringers. What's it going to cost us to tool all here? Huh. Only 25,000. That is awesome, and it's all on our install credit. Let's close that for now. Let's run the sim, make sure that we're doing this correctly. And then, and only then, will we tool stuff. So, we got that going for us. All right. I'm just going to trust that Ampersand has got all the staging actually correctified. Yeah, let's go to a 200 by 200 in our current orbit. And engage autopilot and ignition. Hope for the best here. Oh yeah, let's check our contract stuff. Send guidance. Please move out of the way. Yes, it does have the check mark for ComSat payload. So that's good. We got something going for us here. And we still got to do Tundra, and that one, 85 units of ComSat payload within the parameters. Arguing the periapsis value means that the apogee needs to be high in the northern latitudes. Okay, that's good. Like Molinia, but with an orbital period the same as a sidereal day. Got it. That I think we should be able to do without too much issue on this booster also. It is a little bit more difficult because we don't. The only engine I think we have that can relight is the XLR11, and that is a it's a pretty low tier engine, all like just across the board. So it's either you just stack 105s on top of each other forever, or you hope to goodness. Well, let's say even the early AJ10s don't relight. You got to go up a tech tree level or something to really get that going. So how's it going, Jam Studios? Good to see you. I don't know. We'll prioritize engine tech at some point. I think we're still using 1958 engines pretty much. I think that's our highest tech level currently. Working on it though. We got some stuff in the mix. Although we're really trying to get our crewed program going. We're also trying to finish this lunar orbit contract. huge. That's priority one today. I was doing these updates to these because I updated Realism Overhaul and a bunch of other things, and apparently they're changing how you carry ComSat and WeatherSat payload. And so the configuration for our geostationary mission was no longer valid. It needed to be updated. So once we've got these updates confirmed, then it's back to the business of trying to orbit the moon on some of the most ridiculously hack/Kerbalized equipment you could possibly imagine. So we have no restartable engine, so we're just kind of making do until I finally get angry and decide we're just going to do the lunar orbit mission on this platform, the M52, instead of our smaller booster, the BPZ-3. Oh man, good coffee. Good coffee. Alright, coming up on booster SEP. Tink. Clearing away. Excellent. That all worked out pretty well. I don't even think we're going to get all the way through the drop tank on our... It's interesting. I don't think the drop tank for our upper... our RDO 105 stage is showing. That's very interesting. Next is fairing SEP, and then, yeah, ullage and all the things. Beauty ring SEP. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, oh, that's interesting. There is no secondary tank. Unless it was... I'm very confused now. Ah, yes, the Korolov minus sign. I saved untold amounts of grams by only using two radial detachment manifold clampy thing, two booster attachment points instead of four. So yes, we get the Korolov minus sign. Or, you know, since it's 2 bars of 2 boosters apiece, it could be a double equal. We're performing an if check. If equal equal. If x equal y. I wonder if disabling the decoupler on this has... I'm willing to bet that yes, actually, that is the external tank separator for the twin 0105 stage, and I've just shot myself in the foot with that, although honestly, we've got the Delta V to make orbit on the 0105s without too much trouble anyway, so maybe I just undo the mistake after we verify that this will go where we need it to. Alright, coming up on Miko, and second stage ignition here in about 15 seconds. Really want to know if this thing actually generates any power. Jeb, retract, reinstate. I don't think it does. All of those solar panels are just painted on. Alright. Solid light on the twin 105s. Ullage ring falls away, and we are off. And this is now I get to actually look at the improvements made to this thing. Oh, nice. Okay. I think Ampersand did a great job with this thing. And yeah, tooling costs are way down, so at least we got that going for us. If only I had not disabled the decoupler so that we could deploy the external tank and see it in all of its majesty. Oops. Yeah. Well, we'll just get to orbit best we can. I'll see how much is left in this tank after we get there. Yeah, so I really wonder if... Man, I should check the specs. I don't know if this payload is heavier or lighter than the one we replaced it with. Alright, back with water and emptied bladder. Ah, must be nice. Yeah, it's saying we'll have about 1 kilometer per second left in this tank at orbital insertion. I think honestly we should probably go for a higher orbital insertion when we go to actually fly this thing, because why not? It helps our cause. Probably. I really wonder if this would get us up to a 500 by 500 without too much problem. I mean, without jettisoning. Oh, they're both draining unilaterally. The fuel priority? Yeah, both of them are at 20. That's interesting. Well, I guess with the decoupler, they're not enabled. They're considered the same stage, so that would make sense. They're not separated by a line of demarcation across the decoupler. Just I screwed that up. Oops. Yeah, an extra kilometer per second that we basically have to use to getting into our initial orbit. I think a 500 by 500 might work. Trajectory is steep enough and using low TWR upper stage, it could be possible. Very relatively low TWR. Twin 0105s. Our current thrust to weight 0.88, but we start out much lower than that. But and I don't know if you noticed or overheard this, but this is a jettisonable external tank, to which I disabled the jettisoning of by removing the decoupler from that stage there. And we're still going to get to orbit just fine, but our margins should be better. And I just went for a 200 by 200 because I was just like, well, let's just get it to orbit and test. We should probably test better. Or at least if we come back to this and we're like, I don't know, a few meters per second shy on the XLR-11 stage, which honestly we should probably add some bonus liquid oxygen to. For all intents and purposes. Yep, fair enough. All right, there's burn complete. RCS to arm. Make sure throttle is zeroed. It is. Let's go ahead and stage ourselves out here. And don't have comms, so I can't pull ourselves away here. All right, let's change this to change inclination 0, create node, and that is in 59 minutes. Where are you plotting this node? Way the hell over there. We don't really want to wait an hour, friend. Would much rather do it here, I guess. Let's zero our perspective and can't delete the node because reasons. Guess that means our perspective isn't zeroed because that line doesn't match that line, which needs to match that line. 300 plus for LEO applications that tend to account for orbital decay. 185 by 185 for deep space parking, and that's roughly 100 nanometers. Just what Apollo shot for. Del Mekjev descended at the newest descending node. Yeah, that's probably a better idea at equatorial descending node. Let's remove all and create new. Bang, there it is. All right, and now we actually want to zero out all of the inclination change from that. You're not going to let me edit the node because I don't have comms. Honestly, that's... Oh, God. Is there... There's no antenna. Why don't I just do this? Nope, not toggle map. Give me my node back, please. Thank you. All right. Let's bump this up to, I don't know, 1500. Clear. And see if that gets us out to, nope, not even a little bit. Forgot that we can just do this instead. Let's set it up for 2500. No. I mean, close, but no. Shoot 2,000 straight. No. 23. I love playing this just key in then guess game because I can't do stuff the normal way. Nautical miles. Ah, that's NM. Got it. Got it. 24. Yeah, getting closer. We know 25 is too much, so let's go for 2480, 24. Let's go 2450, and we'll just deal with the fallout later. Because I don't think there's an antenna on. There's not an antenna on our payload anymore because it's not an actual part. Which is ironic for a ComSat satellite. And so we might just be kind of blind hopping through this entire mission. Or we have to add an external antenna, or we have to add another avionics unit that has an antenna. All of these things are annoying. Can use the graphical node editor. Like this thing here where I can just pull on nodes, not without comms. Unfortunately. One in the bottom left. That's an interesting question. I'm kind of scared to do it now. Oh snap. If that actually works and it's a clear workaround, the RO devs are going to be mad at me again, but yeah, we'll give that a shot next time. Definitely. 35, 3996. Of course, it's not going to actually tell us that, but we can look it up here in the contract, which needs to be 35,793. Using those work. The scroll wheel's your favorite. Yeah, fair. Ditto. Scroll wheel is definitely my favorite way to do it too, because you get just much finer control. Alright, and we need to, hopefully this is not burning from the internal tank also. Good, it is not. I wonder if MechJev is going to handle deploying of this external tank for us, or not. We should keep an eye out for that. Also, the devs aren't mad at you. Are you really having fun? Touche. You know, fair point. I guess that's very valid. Alright, let's see if it jettisons this automatically, and if not, we'll stage it ourselves. Bloop. Nope. Goodbye. External tank away. Who told you to deploy? Not like you have comms anyway, so please retract your antennas from my fuel tank, friend. It's not, don't do that yet. Yeah, okay. You having fun yet? But did you die? And we should roll the throttle back any minute now. Yep. Alright, hey, good enough. Abort node execution. Wonder if we'll have enough battery. Remove all nodes. Oh, well, it doesn't look like we actually overshot, but, you know, okay. Dang it. Alright, change inclination 0 at the, I guess that's going to make that the ascending node. Create, bang, and then we need to add to it to circularize, which we can't do from there. Give me back the node. Hey, it does work. Oh, the devs are gonna be mad at me again. That's okay. It works for me. Man, being able to just plop doop beep bop boop into MechJev just works so much better sometimes. Ah ha ha, I've got the workaround. Yeah, buddy. And hopefully we'll have, oh man, yeah. 2 grand to do this, and we got 1,000 in the tank? I think not. I think we're gonna have to definitely launch into a higher orbit and kind of reprioritize some things. Because that is, oh man, Dr. Subhome, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. It has been a while. Welcome back. Oh, hey, that actually looks good. 1860 cheese and rice, man. And how much of that are we gonna? Wow. Well, no, HTP because we got extra for the thrusters. That's right. Man, shouldn't have dialed down the decoupler. Just should not have dialed it down. Dropping the first drop tank should help. It would help a little bit, but we can't relight those 0105s. So like anything that's before. Well, so I guess if we launch into a higher orbit, we've got less. A little less work to do in getting our apogee out to the geostationary altitude. But like, man, I ran this once before and I had the margins. Like, I almost know I did, but we changed our payload, and I think that has cost us a lot of extra delta V. And this might end up just being 2 stacked 0105 stages. Because, and look at this bleed off. We are just losing liquid oxygen like crazy. And so, good thing we're under the cutoff so that we actually have avionics control. If you have the TWR, you can light 1 for insertion and light the 2nd for transfer burn. I don't know if we have the TWR, but we'd also have to angle the engines to point through the center of mass, which is not unheard of, and we've actually discussed that possibility before. Honestly, it might be worth trying, but yeah, we're not even gonna... What we have when we left for this, 800? No, we had 1,000, and we pulled off basically 800 of it. So we actually didn't vent as much liquid oxygen as I thought we would. Mother, oh god, I'm wearing more coffee than I drank with that one. Good times, good times. Let's check our battery. I just want to know. Yeah, no, we're draining. I don't know if those solar panels are legitimate or not. I'm pretty sure they're not. And the TWR and the gimbal. I'd say the gimbal definitely not. The 0105 has a laughably, horrifically bad gimbal. What's LCnP? It's Launch Complexes and Programs. It is the kind of the new update to Realism Overhaul and Realistic Progression 1. It just kind of changes how the economy and stuff like that works. So it is the direction in which RP0 or RP1 is heading. I think, yeah, it is officially released now. So like, if you don't do a legacy install, you'll be playing Launch Complexes and Probes. All right, punk. Yep. Insufficient avionics. Contains none. Also doesn't really... Will we clear it? Maybe we should put a little bit of oomph behind that. Why aren't you letting me time warp here, friends? You can't possibly think we're under acceleration. That's very interesting. Whatever. Yeah, we failed by almost 1 kilometer per second, so revert to the VAB. But like I said, this is not our priority today. Today we're going to be trying to knock out this lunar orbit contract. If we get around to it's time to do this because we finished the other thing, then yeah, we're definitely going to just put 1,000 meters per second of impulse into the decoupler. Problemo el solved. Oh, believe me, it has crossed my mind. Well, Zuko 3000, I do recommend if you're willing to start a new save, LCnP is definitely worth checking out. I've been having a lot of fun with it. On this install, I had it on a previous install also when it was in, like beta test mode. And I genuinely, I guess, enjoy it. All right, save. Yeah. D1. Yeah, sure. Let's. Oh, first things first. Fix your decoupler, dummy. Decoupler enabled. Thank you. Boom. 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 9. You go down here. I'm pretty sure you go up here like that. It's very interesting, but okay. So bang. That should be the X. No. I got it backwards. You go here. You go here. Now our delta V looks a little better. Alright. Boom. Ullage. Ullage. Twin 05 ignition. Beauty ring sep. Oh no, you do go down here. Right? Beauty ring sep. External tank jettison. XLR 11 ignition plus RCS. External tank jettison. Payload deployed. Okay. Yeah. That looks a little bit better going forward. Alright. Save. Save. Tooling. Let's tool all. It's only 25 grand. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do that. Boom, done. Our edited percentage went way down. Okay, but hey, remaining time's only 11 days, so save. And this is Geosat 1. Let me turn it to Geosat 2 just so that when I do the next one, I know we're getting the same, or the correct vessel. Save edits. Unlock one part. Yeah, fine. Oh, come on. SM1 is not available. Really? Okay. Yeah, we got an avionics unit or two in here that still has tank type service module. Alright, so that's our XLR 11 stage. Where's the avionics for... Alright. I know I got the core stage, I just need to find the avionics. I did not want to have to like pull this thing apart to look at stuff, but that's probably what we're gonna have to do. So there's the Twin 105. The avionics should be that gold foily wrapped unit up there. Bingo. Close, not found. Boom. Battery type 1. Fantastic. So that should do it, right? Because we got that avionics unit, we got the one on the XLR 11, which probably... Did I change that? I think I did. That's there. Yep, battery 1. That was probably the first one I checked, right? Alright, so let's tuck this back into place. Leave a gap for the Kraken. Looking good. Save edits. Sweet. And we're in business. We got the other one we gotta go edit also, but I don't think it's built enough to really concern us. Yeah. Geosat 2, we bump you to the top. Like, at what point is it better just to scrap these two and hit duplicate on that one? No, let's edit them. I know, the loading screens are a little excessive, and especially since we know we're going to have to come back and change them later, I'm going to definitely regret doing this, but we have a lunar orbit contract to complete. Alright. Any minute now, something will happen. Probably. And something might be that I have to make more coffee, because I drank this one a lot faster than I anticipated that I would. Alright, good. And then let's just go to open. It's going to be all the way down here somewhere. Geosat 2, there we go. Load. I'm gonna have to go through and update all of the other ones also. Son of a biscuit. Do. Kind of regret having, I don't know, 7 rockets in queue, maybe just 5. There it is. Good job. Alright, and save edits. I think the third one I'm just going to scrap. That is a much older model and it's not up to snuff, and no reason really keeping it around or putting any further work into it. We'll just get a refund for what we spent, which is not much. So scrap. Yep, give me back my 11 grand. Thank you very much. Okay. Now then, back to our moonshot builds. Which I think this was the one we were... Yeah, it's moonshot. Man, I don't even remember. Let's go to edit, because I know we left off at a very bad test flight last time. A very bad, super no good test flight that ended up just kind of tumbling end over end because MechJeb was just having a day with us. And you know, it is what it is. But I think we got the Delta V stuff worked out, and as long as we get solid execution on the TLI burn, we should be okay to go, right? Let's check and see what we got. Go. Oh, nope, wrong click. Yeah, this looks like the one that I was dealing with before. Just a quick check. Yeah, didn't bumble. Are you? Yeah, but it is connected radially, so maybe that has something to do with it. And those have been scaled down. We need to adjust our types. Electric charge, tank type not found, battery 1, there you go. And you need to also be battery 1. Sweet. Wonder if that does negate our service module. There might be some things we need to go check on at the research tree. Like, does any of that need to be retooled? Interesting. I think that is this avionics, which I don't really feel the need to tool, because hopefully we're only, well, we've already flown like 4 of them, so who the hell am I kidding? I might as well just buy the damn tooling. Buy the damn tooling, Cosmo. Purchase toolings. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, the big issue we were having. The issue we were having is that this decoupler, the impulse for it doesn't drop to 0. And when we reload it, it'll be something else entirely. How's it going? How's it going, Ampersand? We were just flying the M52 and getting that qualified. I just updated again, because I update every week, because I hate myself, and they changed tank types on service module stuff for avionics and how you carry ComSat and WeatherSat payloads. So I've been making some changes to bring things up to spec, but we got your revised M52 in, and yeah, updated the avionics. Didn't change anything like physically other than the payload, because now if you want to carry ComSat payload, you got to use a ComSat bus, which thankfully can scale down. They're cool looking, fictional, kind of replace avionics, although they don't have their own antennas and stuff like that. How the tooling cost work out? Did mess avionics on the M52 a bit. Tooling cost for everything, all up. The only things that remain to be tooled came out to about 25 grand for the whole thing. So we just paid it because I think that was less than. I think we owed 80 grand on just one part before. So much cheaper. Yeah, not too bad at all. But I'm going to see if some of the new updates fix the decoupler issues also. So we're going to run this sim. I know we've run this sim about 1,000 times, but we're going to run it again. Add a new diameter balloon in there, and that always hurts. Fair enough. Wouldn't that be nice, right? Did they fix the thing that irritated me before they added the new metrics that really screwed me over? Because yeah, the RCS without avionics doesn't work anymore, I don't think. Didn't I hit simulate? I thought I hit sim. What happened? Uh-oh. Yeah, they have. I'll say that some of just like the little irritating things are getting a lot better, although I am finding other irritating things, but I don't know if it's actually stuff that's broken or it's just because I tend to leave the game running for days on end and just minimize it to the background while I do other stuff. All right. Did I hit save edits or did I hit... Okay, yeah, everything here is tooled. Let me check on our payload decoupler. It's up to 16 kilonewtons again. I don't know. Leave that alone. Boom, 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 boom. We'll put the force percent at 4. 4% of 0. Give that a try. Save up here and hit simulate. Simulate. No, I don't think I hit simulate before. I'm pretty sure I hit save edits. So used to computer being very sad about leaving KSP running. I'll just kill it whenever I'm done. Alt F4 it or task manager it because it takes 10 solid minutes to exit KSP. Yeah, that's true. I'm running it from an SSD, so on this machine, on my test install on a different machine, I do not have it on an SSD, unfortunately. But okay, good. Our simulation worked. So I guess we're gonna do a full up test here, so we can really try to dial this stuff in. So moon set as target. We're gonna go to a 200 by 200, right? We drop that to 180 by 180 and hope we... Oh, I think we were at 200 because of kick flips. So let's keep it at 200 by 200. Make sure staging looks good. All right. Launch into plane and engage autopilot. Also press the 0 key to get rid of the radiation trace. Yeah. It takes longer to quit than to launch. Fair. Annoying switching boot drives is you can get a couple 100 GB NVMe drive for pretty cheap nowadays. Really interesting. I'll say the other machine I test on is not a machine I can modify physically, but my laptop. God, when did we buy that laptop? 2016, 2017. Anyway, it's got an NVMe C drive that's 100 GB, and it is constantly freaking full, and it's really effing annoying. And I'm like, I need to just, I don't know, buy an external, clone it, and then put in something else and like reclone that. It is 500 GB Samsung phone, $30, dude. Okay, yeah, $30 I have, and that needs to happen. My laptop demands it. The thing is not happy with me most of the time. Alright. Yeah, I checked out during launch because it's a sim and most of these things don't matter, but we're going to fizz warp up to the part that does matter, which is payload deploy. And if there is still that super kick behind the decoupler, then we're just going to have to account for it, and we're going to have to make our insertion into lunar space off by like, I don't know, 1,000,000 meters or something like that. Because when we angle in and fire the decoupler, that's going to hopefully bring us close to the surface, but not like, you know, not completely screw us. Seeing a reasonably trustworthy brand of SSD for $63 a terabyte. Wow. Man, when did these prices plummet like this? Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Last time I checked, it was right around $100 a terabyte for any internal SSD. Boom. Oh, MacJeb, what are you doing? No, no, no. Yeah, bring it back. Come on. Come on now, sweetheart. There you go. Good job. Yeah, figure out your TWR sucks and adjust that angle. Good job. Production went up a whole bunch the last few years. Crypto's been kind of dying, so there's a bunch of production looking for somewhere to go. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Is this spinning or just lobbing? I guess, yeah, it's still trying to push our apogee up, so would make sense that it's going to start, yep, adjusting down. There we go. Alright, 2.5 minutes until sausage deployment. We can go ahead and warp through some of that. Just trying to get us to the point where, I don't know, something better happens, I suppose. I'll say maybe we should just edit the payload of that M52, replace the XLR-11 stage with this thing. Might be a little overkill. It might be a little too heavy, but I think we might have the margins to put up with it. We'll have to check the mass on that XLR-11 stage. Alright, 41 seconds until hot dog dispersal. Yeah, I just realized something. Yeah, hot dogs typically come in a pack of 8, and hot dog buns come in a pack of 10. We've been generous, and we've built our hot dog packaging there in a package of 10. 5 on each side. World peace swiftly followed. Oh no, looks like we're not going to make it to orbit. You've got to be forking kidding me. You want 50 meters per second? I don't know. Do we have a stop and stage in effect? Yeah, you need to stop at stage 3 here, buddy. Motherfucker. We were getting to orbit no problem last week. What happened? I made no changes. Or maybe we should be going for a 180 by 180. Fucking hell. Alright, well, we're here to test a thing, so we're just gonna up and test it. How long until we need to make... Can we make burn for moon before we hit Atmo? The answer is definitely not. Where is Das Moon? Is there, so our burn point would be here-ish. Can we add maneuver, and what altitude is that at, I wonder? That looks definitely inside the atmosphere. We should just go now, right? Yeah, we're already on the way back down. Hot dog stage designed for one place, uncorrupted by capitalism. Space! Aim to prograde, please. RCS to arm. Stage it. We're just going to light it up. Hey, that was 6 meters per second we got for free there. Alright, ullage, and ignition. We want this stage to be empty for when we decouple this to see how much energy we're imparting into our transfer stage. But yeah, I guess we're going to lower that down and try to go 180 by 180. And these DV shortfall issues are really weird. I know, like last week, we had the getting to orbit part was solved. And it was just this decoupler and trying to deal with the ramifications of this decoupler that were throwing us off. I think we actually got 2 of these on their way to the moon, didn't we? One of them just, you know, like impacted. Not seeing these losses when you fly the M52. Honestly, restart your game. I did. It's this is a fresh boot, or fresh. I just booted it up before starting the stream. XLR-11 station doesn't weigh much. You should definitely be able to lob a sizable upper stage stack with it. Okay. Alright, well that's that. We can kill that node. Let's see where we ended up. Not quite to the moon, of course. Alright, let's stage it and see what happens. Hey, that was pretty gentle. I mean, not great, but gentle. A little bit of a nudge, but yeah, probably more than what we're looking for. Revert. Let's go to launch. Let's try to do a 180 by 180 this time. And just kind of, hey, we set the node, and I think it only gave us 3,100 meters per second in delta V, even though we got 3,300 on the boards. We'll give this a shot just to see what happens. All right. It's designed and built around existing avionics, so it's definitely underweight for the lifter. It might honestly be a good thing because it lets you get partway to your target orbit on the 00105. Yeah. Try leaving the target apogee set to 0. Alright. Let's see what happens. Really, at this low of an orbital insertion, I think the kickflip is the thing we're trying to avoid. But yeah, hey, let's see what happens. Let's see, if this can avoid the kickflip, I think it honestly will solve our or be the solution to our delta V problem. I hope, anyway. Because we're kind of running out of things to remove. Although I wonder if the new tank designations for the avionics have changed some things. Resulting in either some additional mass that we need to compensate for, or some additional margin, some percentage of unused mass that we can just remove by way of sizing, scaling. Alright, 3 seconds. I do not like how much the angle is adjusting here. There goes the ullage ring. No kickflip, but you need to seriously adjust your priorities as far as what angle you're taking. Sweet, no kickflip. Yes. Payload does look like it's getting different delta V for one. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, it's down to 319. We were in the 400s last week after some optimizations. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, if this 76 meters per second stays put, which I have very little faith in it doing, we're going to take this back to the VAB and take a look at that. Honestly, I really just want this contract to be done, because I feel like we've been forking around with this one contract for the last month and a half, like 5 or 6 streams. We've been toying around with this lunar orbit thing, and it's still not going very well now, is it? And you're really not far enough off Procreate to get this rapid of a loss. That's interesting. I wonder if it's a greater shift because we're off on the like we're not above it or below it fighting gravity directly. We're off to the side and up. Try turning the flight recorder mechjeb window. Mechjeb thinks the losses are coming from. Okay. That's going to be up in here in flight recorder. There we go. what do we want to turn on here? Gravity loss. Oh, forgot about those. And then turn on all the different kinds of loss. Steering loss, drag loss. Is that all the losses? Yeah, I think that's that bump there, steering loss, is probably at our staging event. It looks like we're still going to make it to orbit with a little bit of margin, and that makes me pretty happy. So they're all flat, which you'd expect. Yeah, same. So where are we still getting these losses from? I mean, this would be accountable under steering loss, wouldn't it? Because yeah, we're still we're still bleeding delta V over here. So I mean, these might look flat, but they're just kind of very, very, very gradually inching up. Oh, come on, hurry up and just get to orbit. 13. Damn it, no! No! 2.7. Well, we'll get that by staging. I think you can zoom in. Really? Oh, okay. Let's... hold on one second. Let me disengage autopilot. Let me zero my throttle. Zero my throttle. Honestly, I'm going to... No. Tink. Hey, look at that. We're in orbit. 179 by 155. I will take it. What a weird problem. All right, let's auto scale. Oh, that's across and that's down. CSV. Oh man, it limits the size of the CSV. That is awesome. Pause that data collection. How the hell do I zoom in? No, I don't want to do that. I want to potentially make it bigger, I guess, right? I don't know. Okay, that's unhelpful. Sorry. I feel like attach altitude might be causing Mech to do something annoying. Okay, we'll give that we'll uncheck it next time. All right, I am going to hit the CSV button, export it as. Cool. So I can take a look and crunch those numbers next time. So let's get plotted for the moon by home and transfer to target. Create node. 1 hour 34 minutes. I think not. Why would you wait an extra lap for no good reason? 6 minutes. There you go. And RCS to ARM. RCS to ARM. Execute next node, please. Oh, I need to stage those in. There we go. PVGs. I'm going to say vagaries. I think you're vagaries. I'll say, sometimes checking that attach altitude thing helped the kickflip. We'll try it. If it unfixes the kickflip fix, then we'll recheck it, but I'm definitely... Remind me when we go to do the real launch, provided, of course, we can get this dialed in, then that's what we'll do. This amount of sacrificial margin I am willing to accept. 3146 on the clock, 3320 in the tanks. Let's see if this... What a weird set of problems. I mean, that's most of what playing KSP with Realism Overhaul is just, what a weird set of problems this is. Why does this game hate me? What have I done to upset Simav this week? Alright, solid light on the 105, we are moving. Let's see if it has any margin left in the tanks at all. So it should have a surplus of about 200 meters per second. I mean, that's after a 6-minute coast, which we should be plotting for at least an hour, but it looks like we dealt with the boil-off acceptably enough, and yeah, it looks like our margin has already sunk to below 200 meters per second. Just get there, buddy. Just Just get there, please, please, please. I should have adjusted the node to make our dial-in go a little bit better. But this 319 meters per second concerns me greatly. Uh-oh. Oh, man, our margins are going to be tight. Shut it down. Off by 9, 29 left in the tank, and it's going to try to clean this up on RCS, so let's see what we bought. Pretty sure you've got a couple liters extra oxygen an hour of coast should be a non-issue. Yeah, here's hoping. Alright, yeah, this is acceptable. These are things I would be touching up on RCS anyway. I don't really like that loss rate. Fair. I think right now there's like 5 extra units of liquid oxygen in that tank. I don't know if it's liters or quarts. If the avionics somehow pointed in a weird direction. It shouldn't be. Generally, I just don't mess with those things. Alright, we're going to hit abort when this gets to right about where we want it to. We're just going to... We know we're going to get some kind of bump, but that points us this way, so any bump is going to point us further that way due to our... whatever. Whatever, we're just going to let it finish this out and hope for the best, I guess. Man, I wonder how much RCS propellant we're going to have left. And let's just hit abort. Good enough. And remove all nodes. Moon. No. Like to add a maneuver node. Plant it right in here. And hit the brakes for 300 meters. That's 120. Well, that's also subterranean. So there's that. If you could angle in at that node, please. Anyway, you're going to head out again right on ampersand. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again real soon. N9, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. Good luck dealing with the invisible Delta V vampire. It's always the what? Yes, the invisible Delta V vampire. This stage here, upon orbital insertion, had 3.323 something meters or kilometers per second of Delta V available to it, right? 3.3 kilometers per second. More than enough for TLI. We plot the node. The node comes out to be like 3.1. Oh, come on, bro. What are you doing? Okay. Hold on. Off. Oh, you just bled out. You son of a biscuit. And now I can't spin stabilize. Alright, this thing, 3.3 kilometers per second. Node, 3.1 kilometers per second. Burned the whole thing. 20 meters per second remaining on a what should have been a 200 meter per second margin. Make it make sense. Yeah, that really done adjusted things. Add maneuver, retrograde for 300 meters per second. What does that get us not in orbit? Oh, maybe it will. What do we have? 319? So, I mean, that's in orbit, right? Let's see what happens when we get out there. Whee! I mean, if this simulation works, I'm going to be extra mad that we didn't do it legitimately. Yeah, batteries staying charged. That's good enough. 4 days to go. Yeah, no one cares. It's a good thing we displace all of this Delta V in 1 second. 3 days, 2 days, 1 days. There's the moon. We should probably start watching for things a little more closely. So we bicycle wheel our way to the moon. We should probably start trying to figure out our rotations per minute here so that we can try to dial in how close to the node we can be without overshooting. Although I guess we got some margin on orbital insertion. Maybe it isn't going to matter as much as we think it might. Meh. Who knows? 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... We're not going to get that beautiful low space science, though, and that would make me very sad, so... I really wish that decoupler bug would get fixed. I would like a no-bump decoupler, please. Oh man, we don't actually cross the node. That's fun. I just want to see what kind of chance do we have of this actually working. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... Yeah, close enough. Good enough for me. I mean, if the contract were flyby, yes. We are going for... Or I should have fired it at that time. Dang it. Can we make sure our throttle is pegged? No, throttle won't peg. That's interesting. And now we're, yeah, plus... Yeah, we're a minute behind. So what? We're also off-angled. Boom. Why won't you stage? Oh, come the fuck on. I can't activate the engine manually either. Why not? I have power? Are you kidding me? Oh, warping still, am I? Dude, fuck me. Wow. Thanks, N9. And I'm gonna go right back to warping so we can get back around to the retrograde vector. Yeah. I did good, didn't I? That was an excellent, stupid mistake. And throttle, there it is. Boom. That's all we got. Not in orbit. Yeah, we're going to have to be a little better about dialing that in, but revert to vehicle assembly. I want to see why we went from having 400 meters per second in that SRB stage to having 300 meters per second, and I think it has to do with changes made to the avionic tank types. So we're going to give those some scrutiny and see if we can't scrape back some of that delta V before we get this thing back out to the pad and built. So let's pull that off, and first thing we can do is take a look at this. What does it say? 16 kilonewtons every fucking time. Doesn't matter how many times you set it to 0. Let's also set the... I think if we set the force percent, it'll still default to 16 kilonewtons, but utilization 97.1%. That's just like it used to be. Telemetry, pressure, temp, mass spec, those are all the same. See, the tank type change is no longer service module, it's battery 1, and I wonder if that added some mass at some point. So let's pull this away a little bit and then detach it. Yeah, 319 meters per second at 0.40 or 0.040. That's very, very, very interesting. I wonder if maybe we're gonna have to scrap an experiment. Stringer mass 0, like that. Make sure these got upgraded. Oh ho ho! That gives us some... Okay. Here's maybe some of what happened, is that these were suddenly no longer Tech 1, they were still Tech 0. That saved us a few meters per second, and I wonder... stringer mass 0. That's interesting. So I'm kind of scared to change it, because I don't want to screw myself. And have them not have them suddenly gain some extra mass, you know what I mean? It did not. What did not change? How's it going, Sam? Good to see you. What's the difference between force percent and impulse? Excellent question. I think impulse would be how much energy it, how much force it exerts on its decoupling, how much of that decoupling energy gets translated into forward or reverse motion on the event of decoupling. Because, I mean, it's measured in kilonewtons. That's a measure of force. And then force percent, how much of that percentage do you want to try to deal with? Boom. We should probably, oh wow, upping that tech level dropped our delta V, but we're still at 39 dB, which that can probably be changed a bunch. No, go away, fairings. Nobody wants to deal with you right now. So let's gain this antenna down, because we don't need that much energy in it, and that's going to give us back our delta V. Dink, dink, there we go, 27. I'll take that. Much, much, much better. Close. Yep, 350 or 385 meters per second. That looks more like what we were trying to dial in last time. That makes much, much, much more sense. Okie doke. Oh, goody. Bloop. Alright. No. Dang it, I just want the decoupler. I just want the decoupler. In here, know if there's a way to give procedural fairings a slightly transparent texture. I know what this is in reference to. Wouldn't that be awesome? I really do wonder if you can, because you can load new textures into the proc texture thing pretty easily. I just wonder if you make a PNG file that is transparent except for, I don't know, maybe some like trim around the edges, and then add the new texture file name to the proc fairings loading stuff, if that would work. Yeah, they don't affect the actual model. I mean, they don't affect the actual model. Wouldn't applied texture, I mean, the model itself shouldn't, well, I don't know. I shouldn't even pretend to try here because I have no idea what the F I'm talking about. I'm just kind of like spitballing, be like, well, that's what I would try. I would try to create a new texture that is a transparency, except for, like a border so that you know that it kind of worked, and then add that to the config files and kind of just see what happens. I wonder if we have an engine upgrade for these. Nope. Bummer. Okie dokie. Well, maybe. I mean, clear glass fairings would be awesome for multitudes of reasons. And yeah, now that looks like we can't scale those down any further, so let's get those into the appropriate stage, and we're going to do... I don't know. I think we should just build this and go, because I want to get it done. We're going to call this Moonshot 5. I know it seems like we're skipping over a number here, but I just need to be real honest with myself that I have a lot of trouble keeping track of this stuff. Yeah, 3.334, so that should be good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's... How do those margins not seem like they're good enough for low Earth orbit? Whatever, it worked. We're gonna go for it. Save edits. Edits saved. We're just gonna scrap the other one and duplicate this and move on with our lives. Got better stuff to do than poke at this same mission for the 9th week in a row. Yeah, scrap. Yep. And then duplicate. Thank you. Staff. Why is staff green? Oh, where'd we get 20 applicants from? That's interesting. Do I need any researcher? Okay, hey Slimev, what's up with this? Is something messed up here? I thought I was maxed out on researchers, so 600 for this level of R&D, but now it says my max is unlimited, so... found an answer to Train's question? Oh, cool. There are no levels. There's no levels for R&D anymore. You can just hire as many researchers as you want at any given time if you've got the money for it. That's okay. Dude, I'll take it. So that's going to affect our research. For basics capsules, we'll have fun. I'm trying. It's so weird. I feel like you've done something nice for me. and I don't know how to take it. Like, wait, this is weird. What's the catch? All right, so 122261, and that means our I thought I dialed these in to be about the same. That's interesting. Okay. What's our daily? Plus 435. That's not terrible, but not doing much. Researchers are more expensive. Oh, okay. Force percent is pushing the fairing up, and torque pushes the fairings to the side. Yes, that is for fairing decouple. This was more about just a standard decouple, the difference between impulse and force percent. Also try hovering over the science number. Total science earned 301. Research efficiency bonus 15%. Tech research efficiency bonus 5%. Total unlock credits 14,525. Nice. Oh wow, this is a lot more useful information. I'm losing 0.8 rep per day, 266 a year. Jeez, no. Nice. Efficiency from science earned. Ah, all right. Hey, wow, our geosat's going to be done before any of our amp edits are, or our moonshots are. That's, dang it. Oh no. I don't think we have. We need to add comms to that. Hold on, I need to check on these programs real quick because targeted satellites, it's depreciated now. Oh. Alright, yeah, I got until 21 January 1962 to do geostationary and tundra, so we should probably get to work on that crude orbit. We haven't even, well, we got a launch pad building. We're doing some things, and we've got plenty of room left on this, another year and some coin to do that last one. So, okay, I guess we're shifting focus. I'm so, well, if we edit this, it probably won't be done in time anyway, but mother trucker. Yeah, let's go to edit. We're gonna save the lower part of it as a sub-assembly, and then we're going to go get our sausage stage and kind of replace the XLR11 with that. Because I don't know, I think we're leaving some delta V on the table. That's the core here. And the only way to guarantee unguided stages aren't bumped is to set the decoupler to 0% force. Make sure there's no clipping and switch to a second last stage and back it away with RCS. Yeah. Like, I have observed these things myself, Orion, but unfortunately, whenever I come back from a sim or anything else, that decoupler force percent or the decoupler impulse, no matter what I set it at, when it's at 0, it goes back up to 16, and force percent goes from 0 to 100 or anything else of that nature. And I've tried very hard to leave a gap for the Kraken to make sure that there's no actual clipping. Alright, so this should be... Man, I don't know where my attachment points are. If I drop this down... Yeah, that's the external tank. So the decoupler above that, this little guy... Okay, so... Never mind, we're gonna kind of have to open this up a little bit for our Twin 105 stage there. And the next part above, well, I want to keep the decoupler, don't I? Yeah, so let's slide that down as well. That's those two stages, and then we'll get that off into the sub-assembly realm. Subassemblies. Oh, come here. Copy. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh man, it didn't take all that long at all. Nice. Alright, so this is the M52 TU25 dash. This was the cane toad upper stage. Cane toad A. What's today's date? 10/15/2023. Let's just put a date in there so I know at what time I have done these things. And then we're going to go to open. Don't save. Alright, what am I looking for? Moonshot 5 is our most recent variant. Well, the impulse wouldn't actually save properly. The force percent would. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I should probably... I don't know, when I set it to 0, it moves. Sometimes if I set it to not 0, like 1, 2, 3, something like that, it'll save. Like, I know that I set the details for this decoupler to be at 0 force and like 1%, or 0 impulse and 1% force. Let's see what they are now. Yeah, 16 newtons. Oh, the force percent stayed the same, so maybe we can drop this to like 1. Will you go to 1 without being at 0? Come on, yeah. And we'll just drop that out. Alright, we need to rename this. This is GeoSat3. I'll just, wow. Caps lock, buddy. Alright, we're probably going to need to add RCS to this upper stage because reasons. Oh yeah, here's my fun trick for this decoupler ring. The decoupler for the ring is over here somewhere. There it is. Nope, I'll just move it out of the way because we're not going to need this ullage ring. It no longer lights in flight. So let's just scooch that off to the side there. We're not going to need that fairing because the aeroshell fairing is somewhere else now. And so realistically, we don't need this truss either. So let's go ahead and pull some of this apart. So I know you slide down here, and we've got that ring, and that ring can stay put. I think the next part for that ring is going to be this tank piece here. Let's shift click it. No, not shift click. Let's alt click. Let's not have it be on that. Let's see. Yeah, that's the whole assembly. Sweet. That's all we need. So we can get rid of this. Good day, sir. Grab this and put you back on like that. Wow, that looks goofy as all hell. Wonder... You know what? That works. We're just gonna leave it alone, but we're gonna embiggenify the RCS over here because we're gonna need more of it to do the GeoSat stuff. So let's just take the length up to 200 and the diameter out to 150. And we'll round them out a little bit more so they look a little less goofy. I wonder if I should just go ahead and go up to 4 on those. Yeah, probably. So let's lock 90, 4x, grab them, 4, drop them down. So we're gonna need more. We're gonna do a lot of work with this RCS, trying to do the geostationary stuff. And we'll just tuck them in a little bit because hey, why not? All right. So, all right, we gotta adjust our payload also. So quick save there. Let's slide this down so we can see the attachment point. Plop, pow, ting, bing. All right, and then because it's one of these newfangled ones, we got to do a ComSat. Oh, okay, you do have a top node. Thank you. And for the Geosat contract, let's scale this way the hell. Well, we got battery thanks to our other doohickey here. So let's, how much do we need for geostationary? 25. 25 units of ComSat payload. Yeah, you can... 35, 18, 19, 2, 3, 4, yeah, alright. That, yeah. That upper stage looks like he used giant fire extinguishers as fuel tanks. You know, hey, sometimes you just gotta save money by using what's available to you. Am I right? Right. And we can tuck that in quite a bit and have it still look pretty awkward. I don't even think we need the solar panels, but we're gonna leave it just to give us some longevity. I really do not like the way that looks. So let's drag it down to about here-ish. What was that you said earlier about using hacked together equipment? Uh-huh. Well, I don't know. Is this a liability issue or? Oh, wait a minute. Let's change this out to the SYNCOM, and then open this diameter up until we have enough. That looks way worse. 24, 25, 25, 1. Okay. I wonder if that saved us any mass at all, had I been paying attention, which I was not. Alright. But you know what? We have comms and we have power generation this time, so I'm hoping that honestly we'll just be better off, and I'm just going to scooch this up like so, and we'll leave it alone. This one, orientation on deployment, doesn't matter. We've been calling them sausages, not fire extinguishers. Save. Alright, so just ignition, hot dog deployment, separation, ignition, RCS. We're going to move the RCS down here so that we have control, because hopefully this is what our 2-orbit payload will be, which totals 5.98 ton. We can drop some of this avionics. Well, we'll just leave it at a solid 6. And open up the inner 98.4. We want to have some of that battery because we know we'll be on station for a while. So that does buy us a lot more Delta V. Alright, and then let's go back to our sub-assemblies here and pull out today's update to the M52 TU-25 CTA and plop that little guy. Holy crap. Well, our fairing is going to be impressive. Most impressive. God, I wonder if that thing has enough clearance on the sides of it to clear that RDO 105 without causing a lot of issues. And I wonder how borked our staging is going to be. Oh no. Oh no, it is clipping. It is clipping. Alright, so the good news is we should be able to drop. No, that is pulling the whole assembly in. I have my parts being considered backwards, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. We need to make sure that stays clear of the down hub part. I wonder if we can just get rid of this truss altogether. No, let's try just dropping it until our decoupler hits the floor. Maybe? Oh no, but we needed that length to naturalize the length of this as an entire assembly against the inside length of that. Son of a bitch. You know what? We're just going to run with it, and if we exhaust roast some things along the way, then so be it, because our fairing just got super embiggened. let's leave this stretched out so we can define our stages. Which also means we need to make sure this whole thing is not subterranean for the moment. Alright, so engine ignition, clamps, boosters, alright, staging, reverse thrust, ullage thrust, twin 105, beauty ring sep. Alright, that needs to be its own stage. And then we have, okay, so that's, yeah, that's external tank separation, and then we've got this separation, so, or that engine, so we need to have this down here. Boom, 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 external tank jettison, boom, boom, boom. Target sep, last 0105 sep, payload deploy. Yeah, looking good. If we can't do this with, well, the fact that we've got 16 kilometers per second of deliverable doesn't matter a whole lot if you can't deliver it at the right time. So that's going to be the biggin. Yeah, how far into that stage are those engines? Oh, they actually look like they're not too far displaced on that. Yeah, they're still there, and they're below where the tanks are, where we would expect them to be. That is not quite great looking, but we will, I don't know. If I have time to mess with that before we have to actually fly this mission, then that is what I will do. Oh, let's lose all of our Delta V with fairings, shall we? Just go. Just go. So much fairing. Yeah, we gotta go up just a little bit more. This stage could be optimized a lot because we have a lot more fairing room to deal with. So we could make this a lot shorter and wider, and that would save us a lot of money on fairings. I just don't really want to spend the time to do it right now, so many apologies, everyone, but I'll not be optimizing and making things beautiful just yet. I tend to like to do that on my off time. It's very relaxing. Alright. So then, down to 16,800. Not bad. Main engine start, clamps, clamps, boosters, boosters, fairings. Yeah. Alright. Should we give this a test go? Or are y'all done with seeing me give stuff to test go? We shouldn't need any additional... Oh, wait. Tooling on... Yeah, it's only 3 grand. Purchase all toolings. Why not? We're done here. And that'll help us out a bit. It'll take 21 days to build. Save. Let's just hit save edits and go to town. We'll give it a shot. If it doesn't work, because I'm... the last time we tried to fly this, we had 3 rockets fail in a row. We'll duplicate it too, because why the hell not? And I guess with that being said, we can scrap this one because it doesn't have any... It's got no money behind, or no time investment behind it anyway. So, okay. Warp to complete. What happened? There's no more electric charge on BP4W comms test 1. I do not care. I should be turning that stuff off, right? Oh, hey, it's back online. Do not care. Ding. Alright, let's start the rollout here, and that's still going to be the first thing to get done. How long until Moonshot's ready? 6 days. So, right after we're done with this launch, we can attempt... we can attempt our lunar orbit mission again, hopefully. Alright, let's take a quick save. And before we actually launch this, I need to go relieve myself. So I will be back in just 1 minute. Alright, I am back. We're going to set our target periapsis. Oh man, I should have reconsidered our delta V. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, that's with boosters. That's the rest of the core stage. These two are twin 105. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8.2, 9 solid plus change. So we should have it, but not by much. So let's just go to a 200 kilometer orbit and see what happens. Attach it to, let's just attach it 200. We don't really have the kickflip. No, I don't need to target the moon. What am I doing? We don't really have the kickflip issue with this. I wonder if my engines got upgraded enough. Oh, so many things I always forget to check. Alright, engage autopilot and ignition. Yes, green across the board. Thank goodness. Hooah! Clamps off. She moves! Now all we have to do is hope that overburning those boosters by a full 11 seconds isn't going to destroy them, and we actually get a clean flight this time. Please, please, please let us get a clean flight this time. I'll say, yeah, I think twice we had engine failures on the pad, and once we had a booster engine failure about 5 seconds before cutoff, but the spin was too great. Things got messy and went badly, so come on, junk pile, run harder and faster than you were ever intended to run. We need this from you today. No, please. I know. I say, a rocket design that relies on being able to overburn engines for a solid 11 seconds. I think these are rated at 2 minutes, and we're running them for 2 minutes 11. If you aren't capable of doing very, very basic math, there you go. But it does cause failure sometimes. I think we got 2 solid launches out of this thing where it performed flawlessly. We just didn't have the Delta V or the accommodations for Boiloff to accomplish the mission at hand. I think the first attempt was from Malinia, and the second attempt was a Geosat attempt, but it didn't. Yeah. Anyway, and then we had 3 failures in a row, so that set our space program back fairly considerably. But we're hoping that our engineers have figured out that yelling at us that overburning engines is not a great idea, and we've decided not to listen to them, has meant that they are going to just work harder and make things function either way, because that's what they need to do. Alright, 36 seconds till booster engine separation. Okay. Coming up on the typical failure point. I have a feeling you have anti-aliasing disabled. I might. Should I re-enable it? Pushing past the nominal operations window, 5 more seconds. Booster separation, clean and away, thank God. The jaggies are real bad, yeah. Can I do that from this settings menu? Oh, anti-aliasing 8x. Maybe drop it down to 4, see what happens. Maybe we drop our pixel light count down by a bit. Apply. Accept. Resume. I don't know if that helped out with the jaggies real bad, and they still look pretty bad. Okay, we're past the first big hurdle. Guess something with the Tuffix profile then. Yeah, it could be. I don't even know what. I think I'm using none profile, or I don't even know. Let's go find Tuffix and take a look, shall we? Alright, say, didn't you have me check or go to default KSC one time? Or was that default flight? That looks super duper soft. Like, it's not jaggies, it's blurries. That was an editor. Ah, yeah, you're right. That was an editor. Well, I mean, the jaggies aren't bad, but man, it looks really, You ever watch a soap opera from the late 90s? Everything, and literally everything is filmed through one of those soft light fuzz filters. That looks like what I just changed to, but you know what? The jagged edges aren't that bad. And small parts aren't disappearing into atmospheric effects anymore, so I might just leave it, but man, if somebody can suggest something different, I am all ears. Yeah, it looks like we'll have 200 something meters per second excess delta V in our twin 105 stage after orbital insertion. Fingers crossed that we're not bleeding delta V. I mean, our steering losses here are going to be a little crappy, but tell me not to F around with Tuffix Editor. Shadowcast RSS Earth. Default empty RSS. Aces recommended only in low Earth orbit. Ooh. Well, oh man, very jagged. Okay, good. Both 0105s have lit. Ullage ring is away. Thank goodness that worked out. I'm changing this back because, wow, that is very bright. Yeah, default flight. We'll go back to our mid-90s soap opera soft filter. Alright, that tank is burning. That tank is not. Fantastic. Let's keep this open for monitoring so that we can be sure that we stage it at the appropriate time so we can maintain our levels of margin. So jumping between 300 and 200, but it looks like it's stabilized now at 200 meters per second. Not bad. I expect we're going to lose a lot of that over the course of this orbital insertion based on our flight profile, what MechJeb has decided to do with us right now. I'm scared to fizz warp because terrible things tend to happen. It's not elephants all the way down, it's RDO 105s all the way down. should just build a booster that's all RDO 105s all the way. Ground light 105s all the way to orbit. For the memes. Need to edit the default profile and disable color grading. Alright, wait, I got 2 minutes. Change Change to edit mode. Changes made in-game are not persistent. You must export the profile and update the config files to make changes permanent. Well, dang it. Okay. Things I'm going to do on my own time. But thank you for the heads up, Simev. Let me make a note of that. Tuffix profile. Tuffix profile. Disable color grading. Alright. Note has been made. Things I can attend to over the course of the week while pretending that I'm not ignoring my homework. Should have just clicked the button at the bottom of that window just for the stream. Button at the bottom of that window. And yet, enable. No. Wait, huh? Oh man, that looks so much better. Wow, that looks so... This is the... Yes. So much better. I hope that was the button you were talking about. That was legitimately helpful. Like, I feel good about life now. This is amazing. Dude, awesome. Thank you. Man, are you feeling okay, Simev? That's like 2 nice things you've done for me today. I don't know what to do with this. I'm definitely off balance. Alright, 24 seconds until external tank jettison. We're still looking at decent margin for orbital insertion, so we got that going for us. Oh, yeah. 2. I have no idea if MechJeb's going to stage this off by itself or not. It is! Fantastic, MechJeb! Yay! Alright. External tank is away. Proceeding to orbit. Fingers crossed. Either of these 105s fails on us. I think we are pushing them to up into the upper reaches of their rated burn time. So that's kind of... It looks like some of the flames creeping up in between the nozzles when you look at it at the right angle, which I guess would be somewhat legitimate. That looks so good. Man, that looks good. This waterfall stuff is amazing. I love it. Alright. Yeah, about another minute and a half to go, and we should be there. This is not a fuel tank, is it? Nope, just avionics. That's... Oh, yeah, that is our avionics. Okay. I forgot to even adjust that. I'm glad we're under tonnage. Very interesting. Okay. And by the numbers, so I mean, this will be our apogee kick burn, this 3,000 meters per second, and that will be our inclination change and circularization burn, although I expect not to have nearly that much delta V when we go to do it because of boil off. But I think if it goes down even by a kilometer per second, we should be able to pull it off, which is great. And hopefully we'll have enough RCS to fine-tune the orbit and get it dialed in. So that we can actually, hopefully, meaningfully complete this contract, complete this program, and enjoy, well, we still have to edit the other one to do Tundra, which is more difficult. But I think this vehicle, we might be able to pull off Tundra. I want to take a look at the, well, we can take a look right now, because I already accepted the contract. This is Tundra orbit. And like, oh man, that sucks. Let's get to orbit, and then you need a periapsis kick to get you out to here, and then you need another kick to get you out to here, and then to fine tune. So, yeah, it's same amount of burns as geostationary, but bigger and more precisified. Hey, we're in orbit. Yay! Alright, ascent guidance. You can go away. Make sure throttle is zeroed. Fantastic. Let's go out and play with nodes, shall we? We want to change inclination to 0. Create. That is in 14 minutes, so yeah, perfect. We don't actually want to change our inclination. We just want the node locate. Oh, jeez. Cheese and rice. Lost comms. That's 12 minutes felt like 30. to you and me both, friend. To you and me both. Alright, so let's... Nope. Wrong button. Let's click on the node, and then let's show Simav the sneaky, stupid trick we figured out. We can still pull on these things even when we don't have comms and edit nodes. Sorry, man. 35,51735. We needs to be at 35,793. Don't care, actually. Oh, yay! Thank goodness. So you won't be reporting me to the RO Masters about my heresy again. Alright, we need to be at 35.7, so let's just give this a little tug. Whoop. Too much, too much. Oh, other way, other way, other way, other way. Okay, come on. Oh, I moved the mouse. 35.7 is what we're looking for there. 36, 35.9, 35.7, 93, 90. Perfect. And the TBR, that stage makes it feel way longer than it should. I know. Like, it's 105's doing what 105's do. Alright, stage. Can't pull ourselves away because reasons. Execute next node. Actually plan maneuvers when out of comms through MechJeb all the time. Ah, thank goodness. I felt so dirty. Like, there's a lot of limitations I understand should be imposed when not in comms. I don't feel like plotting maneuvers should be one of them. That's just me, and apparently also Simav. Alright, and yeah, we're going to experience some kind of boil off, but 2.4 kilometers per second when we've got like almost 4 available to us on our sausage stage is a-okay with me. Just want to get her done. That's all I really want to do, is just complete this contract, because I've been hammering on about how I've been going to get it done for literally a month now, and always getting sidetracked by the lunar orbit stuff that I thought would be just easy peasy. It turns out is not. Alright. 0105 number 3 has lit successfully, and we are on the move. Let's just keep track of our externals here, and oh man. I did not double check to make sure. Yeah, okay, fueling priority is set. Transfer through the decouplers is set, so looking pretty good. Just like KSB. Man, that is pretty. I'll say, Smart Money would have put in a little bit of the inclination change into this burn also, because we've got the excess delta V, and this burn is less susceptible to boil off. But I am not smart. So here we are. And we're just going to hope that we can get the next node figured out without too much hassle and without too much boil off. But I don't know, we're doing a lot better than we were with the XLR11, that's for sure. We should probably tell this thing to retract. Oh, Simev, these solar panels just for show, right? They don't actually do much of anything. Like, I just want to confirm that everything on the ComSat thing is purely cosmetic. No powder for you. Fair, fair, fair. We got these up here. Which, man, I really hope I upgraded to the appropriate tech level. I don't think we'll run out of battery before we get there, but... You know, never hurts just to check. You know, yeah, we got a good amount of RCS left. 1 more minute until we deploy our very first orbital sausage. Speaking of plane changes. Alright, 37 seconds until external tank deploys. Like, you know, an antenna on the ComSat payload would have been nice. But I'm glad I realized it on our first test run. The solar panels and the antennas are purely fictional. Alright, external tank deploy in 3 seconds. Oh, really? Okay, MechJeb's gonna make me do those manually, that's fine. Whoop bump, there we go. And engine shutdown, burn complete. Fantastic. Alright, now we can change inclination. Yeah, this should still be the cheapest. Create node, pow, and now we're going to... I'm sorry, what? Now we don't have comms, so now we can't edit it. No, circularize maybe, and then flatten it out would have been the smarter. Remove all nodes. Now we're gonna hit circularize later. We need to change inclination to 0 because that's going to be the biggin. And then let's pull out our node plotter thingy and bump that way out. And flatten it down. This is going to take a little bit of dialing in, so many apologies. We'll touch it up on RCS after the fact, but yeah, I'm going to try to get it as correct as I can. All by my lonesome. Gah, too much, too much. We want it at 30. Why'd you close my note, buddy? Oh, come on. 35. Seven something. 35,793. Why am I doing this? Because I have to do this now. Ay, ay, ay. So much fidgeting. You can't touch one without the other. Almost. It would be almost if I could figure out which button to press. I gotta go in 5 minutes because it's 11:30 on a Sunday at school tomorrow. After this mission, I will try to wrap this up in 5 minutes. I will try to be at least done editing the node in 5 minutes. Good golly. Okay. Like, scroll wheel is almost too slow, but tugging on the node is almost certainly too fast. Everything sucks. But with each no pressure, hey, that actually looks like it might work. 35.2 and 36.2, so we will have to recircularize, but we've got plenty of delta V. Make sure throttle is zeroed, RCS is armed. We don't really need to stage this off. Man, waste of almost an entire tank there. Crikey. I really wish we could pump some of the liquid oxygen up to deal with the okay, thank God I didn't. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, no, can't transfer fuel, thank goodness. Alright, let's... Well, I mean, the avionics are all the same, and maybe that decoupler will give... That doesn't matter. Just stage it. To kink. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, and then, you didn't use an ignition, did you? Thank God. Execute next node, please. Alright, MechJeb, you have the ball, friend. Please don't go screwing this up for us. I very much appreciate just a clean, easy execution. You've got literally double the delta V we need to do this. All you really need is enough RCS propellant to dial it in and correct it after the burn is done, and everything's going to be great. So after this is done, we'll make another node to circularize. We'll execute that on RCS, and then we'll execute another one to zero out our inclination, which should be pennies. And then hopefully we'll just be done. If we dial it in, we'll just be good to go. Yep, our delta V temporarily went up as boil off stabilized with, because we added extra liquid oxygen to the stage, so that additional liquid oxygen boiling off increased our delta V. But now that we're getting to where we need to be, still 2904 in the tanks, we still should have more than 1 kilometer per second left to go on this run. Here's hoping. Burn, baby, burn. And after this, we'll vent our remaining fuel and lighten the load on our RCS. Looking good. And we got lots of bars. We probably could have dialed down the comms range here, but... Oh, overshot it by just a smidgen, huh? Alright, abort node execution, thank you very much, and remove all nodes. Hey, we reached the specified orbit. Dude, what? I guess we're within margins? Hey. Timer is timering, we're just gonna let it ride. Dude, yes! Awesome! Do absolutely nothing, MechJeb. We just gotta sit here for 2 minutes. And we get contract complete. What? Ding! Alright, Toby, you're free to leave. End of the mission. Mission complete. Yes! Nailed it! First geosync is geosunk. Go rotation. RCS to arm. Alright, mission complete. See ya. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. I'll see you again next time. Let's get these solar panels in the wind. 90%. Five, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Stop right there. Ease it up. Perfect. Alright, and then we'll turn this off. We'll give it a spin, and then we'll deploy the payload. Should have vented the fuel first, but oh well, here we are. With our fictional antennas. And Patunk. Switch back. Oh yeah, we don't have comms on this, so it can't. It cannot literally do anything. That's fine. And then deploy. You should at least look the part, buddy. Boing. Yay! There she is. Quick saving. Geosynchronous orbit has been achieved. Thank goodness. We checked something off the list today. We haven't done that in weeks, y'all. Back to the Space Center. Alright, yeah! Maybe we can check lunar orbit off, too. Let's not go getting too big for our britches. It'll be fine. Oh, hey, advanced maneuvering freezes satellite in the sky. Excellent picture. It's, yeah. By synchronizing the orbit of the spacecraft with Earth's rotation, the satellite seems to hang in space 35,786 kilometers above us while staying still. May sound easy. This required perfect alignment of the satellite's orbit. Oh, we are off by so many percentages. Through months of work, yeah, well, that part's true. This allows easy alignment of ground-based communications equipment and will make possible new forms of communication. Historical information: the concept of geostationary satellite was proposed in 1929 and popularized by Arthur C. Clarke. The first operational satellite to reach this orbit was LCnP, launched by the U.S. on August 19th, 1964. Hey, we beat another historical milestone. Yay! 3 years ahead of schedule. Today we use geostationary orbits for communications, weather, and navigation. Yay! Alright, Geosat 3 will be done, wow, in December. That's not that far from now. But we've got our AMP edit. Moonshot 5 will be done in just the next... Hey, staff. Oh, wow, we got 50 more applicants. Engineers, I guess we'll put them at our... We'll put 25 of them here. Shift hire 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll pick up 25 more researchers. 5, that's awesome. Sweet. What's that do to our daily? Plus 407. So yeah, we're taking a little bit of a hit there, but that's okay. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Let's go ahead and duplicate this little guy, because I have a feeling the next launch on that's going to be a failure. We're going to have to edit it anyway to accommodate the Tundra orbit. But we'll wait until it's a little further along in its production before we start doing that. No electric charge on Geosat 3. Oh, Geosat 3 probe. No one cares. Geosat 3 probe, let's turn you off. Config, I don't want to get any more updates from you, and I don't want you to be in my menu. So, also, you can go away. Really should just turn all of these off, because, man, they are annoying. Like, none of these I really care about, so why bother? Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, waiting for this guy to be done so we can start the rollout. Ding! There we go. And, man, this will be done in November, so we'll have 2 chances at this before we attempt our Tundra orbit, hopefully before the end of the year, and we can clean up 2 programs before 1962. That would be awesome. Maybe get some science out of this one. Really, the emphasis here is to get, well, what we really would like to do is get one part of the orbit for our lunar orbiter in low, moon low, so that we can collect some science from there. We haven't yet, and anything we can get that might be biome specific, we can get one or 2 biomes, maybe, if we're lucky. All right, here we are. Let's get her done, shall we? Moon set as target. We would like ascent guidance, please. Yeah, we're going to do 180 and launch into the plane of target. We have a stop at stage 3 in effect. That is perfect. All right, launch into plane of target and engage autopilot, please. Let's do it. Riding high on the crew updates. Yay! Mercury training is complete. Sweet. That's excellent. we have not yet unlocked the Mercury pod. It is still being researched. We'll be ready in a couple of months, and then we can pay a bunch of money to unlock it. It should be right around the time that the launch pad is done, and we can start building the actual rockets to do our first crewed orbital. Hopefully sometime in early 1962. Or at least testing for it. I don't know if we're going to have a crew on it, because I think you got to do a demonstration launch before you can put a crew on it. And we have had some interesting issues returning the capsule safely. You got to really dial in that suborbital perigee to bring it back safely. Of course, a nighttime launch because it is, I don't know what, October-ish? November-ish? Let's check. Yeah, October 8th, 1961. It's not too far off from today's date. That's pretty cool. Alright, MechJeb, don't screw us this time, please. You do all kinds of wonky shit all the fucking time. I just ask you to let me have this day. Please, no kickflips. You can get through this without doing a kickflip. I'll be pretty happy. I'll be a pretty happy camper, not gonna lie. Man, our margin is, well, okay, 227. That looks more acceptable for this place in our ascent profile. 106. No kickflips. Sweet. Knowledge ring is away. You're going to start pitching back up because the lob is real. Yes. All right. So far, so good. 95 meters per second of margin. I'll take it. It's gonna bleed away because we're gonna have some inclination adjustments to make, and I don't think we're ever gonna exist wholly in that prograde vector ever again. Oh hey, sunrise. Nice. Fairings away. The amount of hours I've spent staring at this little spacecraft trying to get this dumb thing to fucking work. When I should have just been building it on the bigger launcher, which we now have pretty good proficiency and turnaround on. So man, getting appropriate tooling for that Twin 105 stage really made a difference. Yeah, I guess if these next few attempts don't go very well, then... well, we don't have deep space avionics yet, so we can't really do guidance around the moon anyway. As in, like, point at this node, please. So there's no point in using anything other than a science core to try to achieve orbital insertion. But yeah, we could basically just fly this exact payload. And, you know, like, this part would be our deliverable to the moon. Or really all of this, because we know we can put all of this into orbit with the big boy launcher. The M25. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yes, that one. The thing we just got done flying. But yeah, without a proper avionics unit to control or steer it, we're basically looking at doing the same thing we're attempting to do here, which is use a solid motor and hope you're pointing in the right direction when it comes time to light it. Which, oh man, the big question of how much oomph is that separation going to give us? That's going to be a problem. Because again, we'd like to dial in for low lunar orbital insertion, but okay, good. It did stage him this time. Sausage is away. Margin is 46 meters per second on orbital insertion. Not bad. Hey, I will take it. It's something. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it being 0 as long as we actually get there. Alright. 40 seconds of burn remaining. We're getting there. Jeez, why did you minimize my windows? Come on now. I'm back. Everything's okay. Oh, now margin down to 23 meters per second. Why do you do this to me? Why do you have to give me a heart attack right at the end of the burn? Oh god, and it's sinking fast. Oh no. 14. Looks like it's stabilizing out at 14. There's camera change and shutdown. 180 by 178. Thank God. Yes, we are in orbit. Ascent guidance. Thank you for your service. Alright, home and transfer. Create node. That's saying 1 hour 46 minutes, and I'm saying hell no. Let's knock a lap off of that. 18 minutes. Oh, now you're just gonna not go to the moon. Huh. Interesting. Oop. Give it a little nudge, and there we are. Focus view. What is that bias? Okay, we'll aim for that, and then hope that the decouple taps us off just a smidge to get there. So, RCS to arm. Back to camera. Throttle is zeroed. Stage. Patoonk. And execute next node, please. All right. So far, so good. If we get a solid light and a solid burn on this engine, we should be okay. Now, it's always the great mystery of why do we have 3.3 kilometers per second here. This node is 3.1 kilometers per second, and we will still make it with the slimmest of margins. And it irritates me to no end. Alright, yeah, I got about an hour left in the stream, so I guess when we're done with this, we'll start plotting for Tundra. Or we'll try to figure out why this failed. Who knows, right? Yeah, whatever. It'll be what it'll be. Because, yeah, well, I mean, a tech upgrade or two, especially an avionics upgrade, would probably give us the additional margin we need on this vehicle to do it the correct-ish way. Or in a more correct way. But those are quite a few years off, and we don't have the science to make it a thing. Oh! Well, no, those are a few years. I think we just unlocked... We didn't unlock. We put into the research queue more science bits. We could start trying to build for that. One of them's the orbital perturbation, which gives you a pretty high payout in science, but it takes 9 years to run. The cheat code to that is to launch 9 satellites on one vehicle, and then it only takes 1 year to complete. But they need to be basically in a polar orbit, so there's that, you know what I mean? Alright. Gently, 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 gently. 7 seconds remaining. 3, 2... Engine shutdown. 3 meters per second of overburn. Oh, that's abort node execution. I don't want you wasting fuel on that. Oh, God. Where it... Remove all nodes. Now you're not even going to the moon. Excellent. Is RCS armed? Yep, but I don't have comms. That's excellent. Fuck me. I guess we'll let it get around to retrograde. We just need to slow this thing down a little bit to get to where we need to be. Hopefully. I don't know. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, we can. I think we can tap the throttle and use RCS. Yeah, we can. So I'll tell it to kill rotation here in a minute or two. Whenever we get closer to our retrograde vector. Yeah, right about now. Oh man, really? We're gonna use all of our RCS to hit the moon. Son of a bitch. Carrying the Berlin TV tower on your spacecraft? Allegedly? I make, we cannot confirm nor deny. Man. This much overshoot. Let's get you pointed dead into retro. I'm really hoping we have enough Delta V to pull this, or enough RCS to pull this off. This is attempt like 9. This should be hitting the moon. Don't quite understand why we're not. Where is our intercept? I'm very confused. Like, very, very, very confused. So we really should, like, that should show us hitting the moon, and we need some of this RCS propellant to, well, we could just friggin' wing it. Which I guess we're gonna have to. Are we at least getting sun on the panels? Yeah, we're getting a great deal of sun on the panels. So I think we spend our last bit of fuel trying to spin this up so that we can get some stability and hope for the best, I suppose. It's about all we can really do at this point. Let's turn this off. And let's start a rotation best we can. Some is better than none, I suppose. Although I'm pretty sure we're not pointing in the correct direction, but whatever. Okay, and stage. Yep, and of course. Let's. Hey, now we're going to the moon. Oh, fuck me. Seriously? Once again. If only we could have dialed this node in sooner. 612 meters per second gets us in orbit. The more kick out that we do, the less braking delta V we have available to us. And so if we drag that in, 487, that's getting us kind of close, but there's also no guarantee we'll be anywhere near this node when it comes time. 116, yeah, we're getting there. So I think if we back this out just a little bit further, yeah, we can subtract a little bit more of that angular and try to get this in a place where maybe I mean, this is all luck and prayers. Let's 300. This is all luck and prayers. How low can you go? We're still not within spec, and I don't know if we're ever going to be very honest with you. Nope, come on, give it. Why won't you let me move it? Did I already slide it too far? Son of a bitch. Really? $437. To be off by just such a little bit. And oh man, looks like we would come pretty close in this oscillation that we have. I don't know why it won't let me. Nope, there we go. Yep, drag it back, drag it back. And then tip that in. Boop, there's orbit. 426. 422. Man, dang it. Come on, give it. Maybe it's because I have that highlighted it won't let me do it. Nope. Come on, please. It was going so well. It was going so. Wow, what in the. Alright, there you go. There you go. $393, and it's not quite in orbit. We'd have to add. Yeah, I think we're at the point now where we have to add more delta V than we were subtracting before to make this be a thing. Yeah, 487. Now we're too far out for braking, so we're gonna slide it back down in here. We're gonna add some of this back, but we're gonna subtract out some of that and see, yeah, 439. But if we tip that in just a smidgen, 130, we can take that down to about 15. Oh, dang it. I'm like, oh, second encounter. Don't we get... do we get a second pass? Are you saving more delta V the more far away you're boosting? On some of it, yeah. Basically, anytime doing like normal or radial changes, the slower your speed is, the more efficient they are. But doing prograde or retrograde changes, the faster you're moving, the more efficient they are. But we got just the one SRB dialed in for 385 meters per second, and we need to use that to try to capture around the moon. It does not look like it's going to come to pass for me. If only, if only. That decouple didn't require so much energy and put us on an impact course for the moon. We'd be a little bit better off. We can try it about here-ish, maybe? I don't know. We're basically just kind of like shooting in the dark here, trying to figure out if there's anything we can do to maybe, possibly, somehow, some way, magically get this dumb thing into orbit. But it looks like we're like about 100 meters per second shy. Because our 0105 stage overburned, but It doesn't mean we're not going to give it a shot. It just, I don't know, hope for a miracle, I guess. And we got 4 days to kill on the way out there. Oh man, are our batteries going to go dead before we even arrive? Probably. Yeah, look at them go. Goodbye, batteries. Is there some science we can shut down to keep this from happening? Nope, they're all waiting. That's... How are you guys not even... Oh, because we're spending most of our time with our butt into the wind. That's why. Yeah, our main solar panel never actually gets into the sun all that much. Dang it, man. Okay, well, bloop. Yeah, batteries are going to be empty soon, but I still don't think, even that now we're in high space, yeah, none of them are running. I have made some, well, I think I dialed these in for, man, are they all tech level 2? I'm gonna be real mad if some of these are not tech 2. But I can't even check from here, can I? That really should not be happening. I don't know. I updated all my stuff, and so I'm gonna blame everything on that. Because we're totally not making it to the moon today. I think we'll try to get to where the batteries are almost dead. We'll just fire the booster and... Nope. Not going to do much of anything. Maybe... Well, it won't matter if it captures, because it won't be able to radio any science back, and we won't get credit for the contract. So we've got some changes to make to an updated variant of this. Maybe it's best just to let it smash into the moon. Yeah, playing with real solar system. Yep. I think it's probably better just to let this thing hit the finish designing your crewed lunar orbit mission. Nice. You're not going to share, are you, Simav? Our big panel is getting somewhat into the wind. Bad orientation, only up to about 78%, which is not enough to change the tides. Yeah, battery's still just bleeding away. And we're going to have to up me, because upping the solar panels means, well, it eats our margin. And you can see we just don't have very much margin at all. But yeah, I think we're just going to let this collide into the moon and be done with it. So, back to the Space Center. I can't watch. It hurts too much. So, once again... We'll just edit its sister ship here. I guess we could claw back some of that margin by removing some of the scientific experiments. I bet you there's a service module tank that we still have buried in the booster that should have been carrying battery that is not currently carrying battery because the service module tanks received an update. And that's probably why our margins were so messed up when I first loaded this save. I completely forgot about that battery we buried. It's almost like you just shouldn't rely on clipping parts into other things to hide stuff to make them look prettier. But, yeah. Here we are. I'm pretty sure it was radially attached to the booster itself. Oh, I don't see it in there. Maybe we did get rid of it. Man, bummer. Alright, first things first, make sure all of these are Tech 1. They are. Yeah, okay. Let's pull this down so that we can take a look once again at our decouplers, 16 kilonewtons. We're going to drop you down to 1%. You know what? We're going to take you just flat to 0. We're also going to peg this out to nothing and hope to goodness it sticks this time. It won't, but here we go. Oh, Kraken. Good old Kerbal 1. Why is Kerbal 2 so dumb? How's it going, Bot League? Kerbal 2 doesn't have a real solar system, and that, for me, is just unacceptable. Alright, yeah, no, there's no hidden battery in here unless it's inside here, but yep, does not appear to be so. Alright, maybe I didn't hide any battery, but we gotta do what we gotta do, which is increase the panel length on these guys. I'm sorry, did our delta V just go up? Just increase this panel scale. We'll go for broke. Why not? Let's just round it out to a solid 3. And we've got to do a little bit of parts negotiation here. Can we scoot you down, clean up those edges a little bit? Nope. There we go. That's fine. It's okay with me. 379 meters per second. I really don't know if that just burned all of our bridges as far as delta V is concerned. Close that. Let's telemetry, pressure, temp, and mass spec. We really are kind of scraping the barrel. Yeah, we've already got one empty slot. That is what, 2 kilograms, 100 grams, and another 100 grams. The mass spec is the heaviest experiment we have on board right now. I think it also has the highest returns. What else we got here? Micrometeorite, 91 days, no thank you. Early TV camera only takes 20 minutes, but weighs 5 kilograms. Or none. I think maybe we just do none, and we take what we can get and be thankful. that should have given us back all of our margins. Should have. I think honestly maybe a little more RCS propellant just for cause. We'll take this up to 140. Should give us an extra second or two. And now we're at 408 meters per second for our insertion burn. Save on that. Let's go ahead and close it back up. Make sure this is set to 0, thank goodness. And without running a sim, because maybe that's what resets it. We'll stagger you up a little bit. Shared in Discord? Awesome, thank you, Simab. I love seeing other people's builds. They do help inspire me somewhat. Well, actually a lot. A lot what? I would probably be nothing if I didn't have other people's stuff to look at. Alright, let's check sizing on this. Are we still okay? And yerp. Oh, wait. Can we... You already got tech leveled, right? Yeah, tech 2, and we already gained you down. That's how we got some of our margins back. It didn't look like you had comms all the way out there, though. I'm going to be a little incensed about that, but that's for later. Alright, let's plop these back on, make sure they're in the correct stage, which is after ullage ring jettison. Perfect. Hit save again, and... oh, hold on. While I'm thinking about it, I want to up the ejection torque on these guys, help them get clear. Save and save edits. Alright. If that build hurries up, then I will attempt it again. Oh, the D2 capsule. Interesting. Nice. For that spicy ISP. That's awesome. Dude, love it. Alright, so let's duplicate this guy because it's gonna fail again. I don't know how many times I'm going to attempt this with it continually failing before I'm just like, alright, dude, time to be done. But I think we've got just enough time to walk through one more of these. Yeah, it will be the next thing done November 8th. So yeah, about every 30 days we're cranking one of these off. that's telephonic comsat 2. We lost control. Oh no. Let's roll it out. Oh, cool! Our new launch pad's about to be done. Yay! We can start building of a different rocket. So let's take a small detour and do that real quick, just because reasons. We can take a look at our what will be our attempt at first crewed orbital. All right. Let's go to open. Let's see what tech we have yet to unlock before we get, I think it's BPZ3 Zenith 1 Gamma Boost. That should be it. We're going to have to update all the avionics on this. Yes. We don't have the Mercury pod unlocked yet, so we still can't build it. Me. Yay. Still can't build it, but we can... Did I already purchase tooling for it? No, I don't think I ever actually finished this thing up. The truss work looks incomplete to me. The things I'm not going to quite do today, but we can't start building it anyway. But we can change the avionics, because those are going to need to be updated anyway. Tank type not found. We need to make that change. And I do believe there is another avionics unit. There it is. Badoop, there we go. Do you need to be changed also? I wonder. No, tank UI here looks good. Yeah, extra mass is there on purpose in the launch escape system that I spent entirely too long putting together. But it comes underway to the factory original by a little bit. Larger launch pad is necessary for a larger explosion, indeed. And yeah, I don't think I ever actually finished modifying this thing, but I do want to check on tooling. What's our tool all cost? Only 37,000. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and purchase that for right now, just to get that cost out of the... Wait a minute. Purchase all toolings. Why did that take twice? But okay, whatever. We still can't build it because we need basic capsules. So, save. We got to see it for a minute, yeah. And those need to be integrated into something. I'm not done tweaking this thing yet, so... Back to what we were doing 5 minutes ago before all the loading screens. I got maybe 40 minutes before I got to shut down the stream, so let's try to get this knocked out right quick, and maybe we'll have better luck if we just keep attempting the same exact thing over and over and over again. Alright, 11 November 1961. Come on, we can do it. Everything just has to go exactly right. Every single thing has to go exactly right. And we can't miss the moon, thanks to MechJeb being a little overzealous. And I don't know, if we maintain battery all the way to the moon this time, I'll be slightly happier, although I'll be even happier if we get to the moon and can successfully insert into lunar orbit. Wouldn't that be just great? Alright, moon set as target. Staging looks... Yeah. Stage set, ullage ring, top fairings, sausage deployment, TLI stage, payload deploy, SRB. Launch into plane of target, 180. Yep, that looks good. Fingers crossed. We did shed 5 kilograms from our our payload mass, so hopefully that'll buy us some favor. We have more delta V in our orbital insertion stage than we did before, so across the board, we should be better off, right? That's the universal measure of did you make it skinnier or fatter? Although that doesn't account for the RCS propellant we added. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.2, 9.3-ish, give or take. Margins are still going to be pretty close, so fingers crossed, and also fingers crossed for no kick flips this time. Yeah, main engine light, we are going. I'm going to fizz warp through a lot of this, because I don't want to run out of time before we get to some kind of conclusion with this flight. Yeah, win or lose, I don't want to leave it in the middle of things. Yeah, this number here is our total margin, and it's going to slowly dial down as we encounter gravity losses and steering losses and lossless losses and magic losses. So as long as there's a number here, as long as we don't get above burn 4 and we get into orbit, the rest of it will be just as difficult as it was before. Yes, thank you. Trying to do lunar orbit on a 65 tonner is, I don't know, I find the challenge fun, but God, this has got to be like our 8th or 9th attempt at this. At some point, I'm just going to have to be like, dude, it's not going to work. It's no matter how many times you beat against this stupid wall, it's not going to fall. Alright, 13 seconds until Miko. Second stage ignition. Please no kickflip RDO 105. Please, please, please. Staging. Boom. Solid light. RDO 105 is up. And we are going. Hullidring is away. Sweet. Alright, back to Fizz Warp. Go, baby, go. Alright, about 2 minutes until we deploy our sausages. Fairings clearing away. 88 meters per second of margin and slowly slipping away. So we're burning under prograde. That's new. Usually this thing likes to loft and kick up, but okay, whatever, man. As long as you get us to orbit without any problems, I'll be happy with that. Yeah. All right, it's not bleeding off as quickly as I thought, but once these sausages leave us, then you'll see it dip down a little further. Ah, yeah. See, now we're in the prograde vector, but we're kind of off to that bottom corner, adjusting for a relative inclination. That's going to cause this number to slide out from underneath us. If I had to call it right now, I think we're going to make orbit with about 15 to 20 meters per second, if that. And we got to deal with residuals in the tank, so that could be wrong. But that's my prediction. All right, 36 seconds until external tanks separate. Seconds. Let's bring it out of Fizz Warp. Sausages away. Alright. Well, looking good. 45 meters per second margin currently. Back to Fizz Warp. Nope, gotta be outside of the mech-jet window for it to not ignore any key commands whatsoever. Down to 35, about 40 seconds remaining. .23 seconds remaining. Ooh, buddy. Margin is down to 15 meters per second. Come on, residuals, don't bite me in the buttocks. Boom. Yes. Whew. 3 meters per second of margin. Got him. Alright, Ascent Guidance, thank you for your service. RCS to arm. And make sure throttle is zeroed. Stage it. There we go. Let's plot for the moon. Create node. Alright, 3140 is what we're looking at here. Let's see what that buys us. Focus view. Yep. Good terminal intercept. We'll take it. So let's just... Oh, yeah, it's saying it's in 40 minutes. Tilde... Is it making us take a lap? No, we're just going to have to do most of an orbit before we get there. So, okay, fine. Execute next node, please, MechJeb. And we're going to experience a little bit of boil off in this one. So, I did add like 5 extra liters of liquid oxygen to this upper tank to try to help accommodate for that. So we will actually watch this Delta V figure grow for a little bit as some of that excess liquid oxygen boils off, but I don't know. Given our margins here, 3.1 and 3.3, we should have more than enough. But when we come to the end of this burn, we'll have tens of meters per second left, not the 200 you'd think we should have. Which irritates me to no end, but it is what it is. Makes it really hard to do mission planning, especially when your best option sometimes is just an SRB. Alright, coming into the node. We will time warp any minute now. Thanks, MechJeb. Appreciate that. Yep, and now boil off is starting to negatively affect us, but okay, it's fine. It is what it is. We should still have more than enough. Good light on the 105. Make our TLI burn. How are we doing for power? 70%, 53%. That's the exposure level, but looks like if we have to rotate to retrograde, at least some of our big panel should be in the sun when we're coasting to the moon. Hopefully. And hopefully MechDub doesn't get all over-eager on this one. And hopefully we don't have to spend all of our RCS fuel compensating for that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, man. Like, honestly, if this attempt doesn't work, we're just gonna try something else. Yeah, over by 3.5 meters per second again. Are we even going to the moon this time? We are. Hey, and would you look at that? And you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. So, abort node execution. Remove all nodes. Generally speaking. Control locked. Can't do anything about it. So we have to wait. Yep, now we got comms. Now we can plot the node. Add maneuver. Let's plot this for 400 meters per second of burn. Yeah, good enough. And we're gonna let this take another lap naturally. So I'm thinking the ejection delta V will put us a lot closer to the moon. Hopefully not to the point where we're gonna hit it, but we're gonna find out. And I'm gonna take a quick save before we do it. Alright, and kill rotation. And I'm going to try to get us pointed straight at it before we stage this. And we're going to just see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm done fucking around. Taking a quick save. So we're going to be prepared to load this quick save quite a bit. Alright, let's spin it so we can turn this off. And hopefully that stability will translate well. More spin, more stables. We hope, right? I tried to put those RCS ports as far out on the structure as I could so that we could maximize their torque for exactly this. And heavens to Betsy, it still sucks. I'll say this is the spinniest this spacecraft has ever been in whilst attempting this flight. Just dump it all into rotation. Every last bit. All of it. A quick jump to the map view. Good, that has not impacted our overall very much. All of the energies, please. Staging. Alright, what did that do to us? Yes! Look at that. Kill this node. Why is it moving? Alright, and 400 meters per second puts us right about there-ish. And we're nowhere near the node. Motherfucker. How do I make it so that we are near the node? Other way? Yeah, like that. Okay, 400 meters per second is still a captured orbit if we maintain vector. Lucky. Perseverance is rotation. Perseverance was rotation nicely used. I'll say, yeah, they did spin stabilize it for the Trans-Mars injection, didn't they? Okay, now the big question, are we charging our batteries? Batteries not currently full, but not draining. Let's see what happens if we go into... Oh no, come on. Charge the damn batteries, please. Fuck me. The embiggening has not been fruitful. We're also not getting much on our big panel, are we? Yeah, 40 some odd %. You just gotta make it like 4 days, bro. Are you gonna make it? We're not even a day in. I think we're a third down. Motherfucker. Damn it, no! No! We had it! We fucking had it. And the panels are still not quite big enough. How the fuck is that possible, man? Fuck! None of these are doing anything, so that's not going to save us anything at all. This isn't transmitting anything, so that's not going to save us anything at all. We're halfway there, and our battery is basically shot, and I am so incredibly tempted just to turn on infinite electric charge, just so we can see this dumb thing forkin' work for a change. It finally fucking worked, except it didn't. I'll say, what's the exposure on these? It really isn't all that great either. It gets up to about 93%. And man, the angle needed on these panels is so dependent on what time of year you launch it that it's really hard to kind of compensate for it. 41%. Dude, I'm over this right now. I just want to see it work. That's all I want to do, is just see it work. Yeah, we would not have made it to the moon. Yeah, we know. We know everything sucks, everything's broken, and we're gonna need seismically bigger panels to pull this off, apparently. But very hard to dial in because your angle to the sun is not guaranteed. So really, I guess the best option is to just add a bunch of batteries and just give it enough battery life to make it. Another row of panels. Yeah, probably. Or maybe angle a bunch of the panels. Like, instead of this being a flat panel, you have panels at angles to kind of more optimize their exposure under any given angle. Or at least, I don't know, like, it betters your odds, I should say. Whoa, 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 whoa. Camera change. 6 minutes out. Our burn takes about a second, so... But man, embiggening the panels adds a lot of mass. And you can see our margins are already pretty tight, especially getting this thing to orbit. So making the panels bigger is probably just another way of shooting ourselves in the foot. Alright, 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Yoop, there's our orbit change. I drove a car I wasn't supposed to drive.
Well, I don't care, but I love you trying to put it back where it goes, and I'm like...
I tried to move it over a little bit. Make more room.
He's lying. You tried to hide it. You tried to hide the evidence, and I busted you. I don't care. If it's gonna tick it, I'm not gonna love it, but I won't.
Yeah, no. I just took it around the block and then put it back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now that I'm 5, these are almost like really tight on me.
Oh, they are.
Well, those are your mama's. Alright, I gotta crank out.
Like, these are like really tight.
Matt, do you wanna play with Papa for a minute or no? I gotta take crank out and stuff.
So like, if I wear this, it will be really tight.
So yeah, we were shy of our goal by about almost 200 meters per second. Man, that's 50%. Interesting. Remove all nodes. But hey, we still technically got an orbit, which does complete the contract. Oh, that's first geostationary. I guess we didn't complete first lunar. Oof. Hey, little one. So hold on 1 second. Let me check the stipulations of that contract. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing that we didn't get it completed, because we totally didn't. We cheated. Oh, it's not here. Oh, am I really that stupid? I didn't take the contract. Hey, okay then. Well, I didn't take the contract, so we have to do it again anyway. We'll let this thing sit. I'll turn its science stuff back on. Although I can't because the batteries are definitely dead. Definitely dead. Although if it comes into a place where that big panel is pointing straight at the sun, maybe it'll come back online. So let's get around in the daylight and we'll adjust them settings. Ding. Because yeah, I don't know, 6 something months from now, maybe it'll be in a better place. No, I can't, because the batteries are definitely dead. Womp, womp, womp. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. We cheated. Nothing good comes from cheating. So let's turn off infinite electricity. Back to the drawing boards. Yet again. Yeah. Either another row of panels or a tech upgrade. No, I don't. I don't want a forced run. Nope. Oops. I guess forced run? I can't. Oh, it is running. That's interesting. No electricity. No electricity. Oh, we've already got this because it's all going to be moon space high, which we got all these things on flybys. So that's not going to matter much. It's not even going to give us any science, even if we do cheese it. So, all right, there's that. And back to the Space Center, I suppose. But hey, it can. Well, no, we don't know if it can work because the solar panels aren't big enough.
Papa, how can you talk to your friends?
In this microphone.
Oh.
This one right here.
Oh, pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's pretty cool too. Alright, so the next one won't be ready until December 13th. What about to try NASA style? Accelerate only at the lowest point of the orbit. It can save fuel and should save weight, and that can be used for panels. It's hard as hell to plan. Yeah, very, very hard as hell to plan. Especially because that decoupler, the force made by it is, I don't know. We can't really we don't have a number assigned to it, right? We can't just say, oh well, this is where I'd like to be, so I'm gonna back up by like 3 meters per second and then fire the decoupler because that will deliver us 3 meters per second back in the other way. And so it's really hard to dial in that orbit for nice and low. And I wish I had written down the numbers that we were at during that last after our last TLI burn. So that I could have been like, okay, hey, if you're at, this altitude and you fire the decoupler, it's going to drop you to this altitude. And that would have given us some margin, like some way to work with it. And we could have maybe predicted it a little better. But I mean, we're inserting into a 180 kilometer orbit, which is pretty low. I guess the other option is we scrap, well, we're going to go up by more than 100 grams. But we also know that 200 meters per second of on-point delivered delta V will get us into orbit. Having 400 definitely helped. We were 179 meters per second off of our node for that orbital insertion, but we still made it into an orbit. So we... Good question. Press the spacebar and find out. Whoosh. Resets our view. Neat, right? Well, it's already reset. You can't reset it again after it's reset. Well, I mean, you can now, because it's not reset. Whoop. There you go. Okay, hey, kiddo. Just keep tapping the spacebar. Alright, that's enough random buttoning from you. Is that funny? I'm glad you think so. And yeah, we don't know if we had comms at the moon because we didn't have power at the moon. Oh, now you're inside everything. Why would you do that? Uh-huh. Dude. She's just gonna hit random buttons until something funny happens. What are you drawing over here? Why don't you finish your drawing and leave at least a little bit of this alone. Alright, so big panel, mostly useless. All this clipping was done to, oh, hey, you just rerouted everything? Now I have no idea what's going on. Dude. What? You're not making my job any easier here, bucko. Don't use your entire hand. Okay. I am not gonna do that again. I will tickle you if you touch my keyboard again, though. We're doing solar panels, right? This is gonna go so well. You're the best helper. Just the best. How much does this solar panel weigh? Alright, hey, can you write down numbers? You know your numbers, right?
What?
Can you write down numbers?
The white.
I need you to write down some numbers.
Why?
Well, because it's helpful. I thought you wanted to be helpful. You don't want to be helpful? You totally don't want to be helpful. How to make this not look like garbage while still adding enough solar panel mass to make up the difference is a great question. I guess, honestly, the best thing we can do is up this length. Let's just make it a solid 2. 3-point RCS, it can be a way. It could. You're right. Alright, yeah, let's get the solar panels on and see what kind of... Kiddo. Hey. That's enough. Dude. Man, I wish I had made
What
this...
does this button do?
Nothing, thankfully. I wish I'd made this an 8-point. Because then putting 4 solar panels up top would make it a whole lot easier. Hey, you've rerouted everything and made things very, very interesting for me going forward, but generally speaking, I'm pretty much out of time anyway. So I'm gonna dork around with this over the course of the next week, and hopefully next weekend we can come... God, I've been saying that for 5 weeks now. Next weekend we can come back and maybe I'll actually accept the contract and we can try to get a success on this flight for a change. I think it is going to require some reworking of the avionics core. I think I'm gonna make it 8-point instead of 6, since we're not using the top panel, and that way it'll make it easier to put angled panels on everything else. Either that or I'll just make it a soccer ball with a bunch of those hexagonal panels all wrapped around into a nice sphere, and that'll take me way too long to put together. So anyway, alright, I'm gonna roll the outro. We're gonna find another Kerbal streamer to raid. I hope you will stick around for that. Let's see who's out there. Karachev is playing KSP. I think we'll probably go give him a raid, because why the hell not? So, alright y'all, that's gonna do it for me, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.